Good morning. It is a wonderful rainy Wednesday, and I want to say hello and welcome all of you. I This is a first live. Um, I've done lives on YouTube with when I was doing education. I would do like math lessons live, and since then I have been, I guess, learning to connect with self and become more intuitive to divine spirits. And I've been enjoying it quite a bit, and finding that there's a lot of peace and solitude and self reflection in where I'm at right now in my life. Just to tell you a little bit about myself and my journey. Um, I am presently I am a master Reiki practitioner, and I also am let me show you what I make. I am a life tree creator. I love my life trees. I love, and of course you can like design these life trees any way you like. But these are all genuine crystals that I make my life trees with. This crystal happens to be peridot, and peridot is a crystal that is um, used for the heart chakra, and it's green in color. This one here is a red jasper, and I do my life trees. I love making life trees, and I try to make each one very individual. My favorites are like the willow trees and the palm trees, the ones that look like that. But I also do memory life trees. A lot of times, one client customer I had, it was a father daughter, and so there were pictures of the two of them on the container, and then the tree itself intertwined. Um, so it wrapped around each other, and one color was his color, and the other color was her color. And to me, a father and daughter are kind of intertwined, between genetics and everything else, and they're always connected, and they're together. So the tree kind of went up, and then the branches spread out, and it was kind of a willow type of tree. And then the other type of memory tree I make is shaped in the shape of a heart. And I always use um, use their birth month stones or their zodiac stones or favorite colors. Um, so I mean, I love making the crystal life trees. I also sell crystals. That I don't have like an abundance of different crystals. That's something I'm building up on right now. And I do some jewelry. I try to, um, I like to teach wire wrapping, but I'm not like, I've seen some pretty amazing wire wrapping. So I'm more of a simpler type of wire wrap, like your beginner type of wire wrap, and I like to do that. I like to, get a group of people to learn how to do some wire wrapping, and then take it wherever you want to take it. Um, and and the other thing I do is card reading. I'm learning to do smoke billets, but it's a little more difficult than the card reading. Um, I do spend a lot of time meditating and praying every single day, big part of my day. Now, some of the other things that I have, I am a certified grief coach, and I am a coach with recovery. I have 40 years of experience in the recovery world, and I feel that I'm pretty knowledgeable in that area, and you know if you hear noise there, that's the rain coming down. And some of you may know that coming up from Florida, there is a hurricane and a dahlia, and it did hit Florida, and we're getting the tropical winds from it, I believe, and hopefully I won't have to move everything. I'm in my little screen house of my RV, and I'm not going to panic. That's I am not panicking today. Whatever happens will happen, and if I have to move everything, I will probably get help to move everything. I'm not quite sure where I'll move it because my RV is filled with all my crystals and things that I'm pricing and packing, and I just we'll see what happens. But anyways, so today what I want to do after this little intro is do a little angel card reading. I do spirit readings. I do not like to call them psychic readings. I don't like the word psychic because to me it has a negative connotation to it. And I believe spirit works through the cards to give a message to whoever I'm sending a message to. So usually what I do a Facebook Live every day, and I'll pick a soul card for myself, and I'll talk about that. And often in my meditation or something I listen to, um, I'll reflect on that before I pick a card, and then I pick a card and I talk about the card. So I'm going to do kind of the same thing. The cards I used on earlier, the cards I did on my other live was the Soul Truth, and it is by Brianne Covey created those cards. And it's a great deck of cards. I pick one every single day, and it's kind of a guidance card. And it usually is right in tune with whatever I reflected on in the morning. The rain's getting harder, I must say, and hopefully I'm not going to float away before this is over. So this deck is my Angels of Abundance, and another great deck, the Angels of Abundance, and this is by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue. And this card is more spiritually divine and very colorful in with what I do in my connection to spirit. I connect through symbols and colors. I don't necessarily see your spirit guides or your archangels, hovering behind you. I don't see your loved ones, coming forward, at least not now. I'm not going to say it will never happen. But for me, what I do is I believe divine spirits will choose a card out of this deck wherever I do cut the deck. It's going to be the card that's supposed to be presented. And I believe that spirits guide that, and that that's the guidance that is to be given. So, just for a little sample, and I would love to be able to do card readings for people um, while we're on here. Hopefully, people will tune in, and when I'm doing a live, I can do a reading for whoever's on here. So, with this, I will do a reading for myself. This is the Angels of Abundance. And I usually say a little meditation prayer. Divine spirits, please show me the card that you want me to heal and to think about and present in my life today. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to tell you a little story. I've been talking with my reverend, and we've been talking about. I was away for 3 weeks. I had to go up north, back to Massachusetts, because my mom was. She was. she was dying, and she was 98, and she was in a nursing home, and she was getting ready to journey to the other side. And the last week of her life, I was able to be with her and help her to cross over. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do that. I was able to give her Reiki every day, and I was able to, reassure her that spirits were waiting for her, and that spirits, just wanted to help her walk over, and that all her loved ones were waiting for her. And I was able to do that for her. But the 3 weeks that I was up there, one of the reasons why I left Massachusetts is because there was a lot of negative energy in my life a year ago. And the negative energy was a long period of time that this negative energy was around me, and it was almost like I was suffocating, suffocating on this negative energy, and I just had to get out of that area, and so I moved a little further south to the Carolinas, and that's where I've been since last October. And I knew I had to go up and see my mom because time was coming, and I wanted to see her before she passed. So I went back up, and the negative energy wasn't as bad as when I was up there before, but it certainly drained me enough to where when I got back here, um, I had to, I have to really work at replenishing what I had before I left. And, I'm certainly in much better space than I was when I got here back in last October. But one of the things I've been talking to my reverend about is the way the way I state things, and it's all got to do with the spiritual laws and law of attraction and mindset, and the way we state things is so essentially important as to manifesting the outcome we're looking for. And I kind of had to start over again in my stating things, and it's kind of, it's almost like when you're if you're a smoker, you quit smoking, and it takes like a period of time before that nicotine, that addiction to the cigarettes is out of your system. But then if you pick up that cigarette again, that addiction's right back, that nicotine's right back, that need for it is right back. And the habit, it's also the habit. When you're a smoker, there's the habit of the nicotine addiction, but there's also the habit of actually smoking. And I'm telling you this because I was a smoker for 28, not 28 years, about 15 years. I smoked, and when I quit, there were there were the habitual times that I needed to have that cigarette. And how I quit was I cut away times first. So the last times that I was still smoking was when I was driving in the car, when I was talking on the phone, in the morning when I was having my coffee, and those were like the times that I gave up last. And I gave up all the other times, just whether it be sitting around or you know so all the other times I stopped smoking. I eliminated all those first, and then those crucial times when I was always looking for a cigarette, like there's another time too, I'm not going to mention it. I'm sure you can all guess the time that a lot of people like to light up a cigarette um, after some strenuous exercise. But anyways, so I gave up cigarettes all the other times, and those last four areas were the last ones I gave up. And when I gave them up, then I was not only, by that time the nicotine had like reduced in my body, and the habits were reducing, but there was still that habit of having a cigarette in my hand, something, the um, the hand to mouth thing, the the nervousness. Whenever you're nervous, you're looking for something. So I had to replace all those habits, and in doing that, it would be like chewing on a straw, chewing on gum, having mints, all these little things that I replace it with. Um, and they say that, when you take away something, you have to replace it with something. So if you take away something negative, you have to replace it with something positive. So my point is, when we develop a habit, it's very hard to break the entire habit. And if you don't break the entire habit, usually the habit will come back. So with this mindset thing, it's like we have to change the way we speak. We have to change the way we think. And in order to change that, it's not just stop thinking like that. It's like replace it with the right thought. Um, and it takes a long time. I mean, when you've been acting a certain way for 50 years, um, and then all of a sudden you are not supposed to think that way. It's like, well, geez, it's so hard to do it differently. And and it's so easy to fall back. And that's what happened to me in that 3 week period. So I have to relearn again. And the great thing is that because I have living breath, I have the ability to relearn, and that's so good. You know, when I make an error, I pick, I stand up, I get back up on my feet, and I either do a redo or I just keep moving forward. Often I have to do a redo, and that's okay too, because I'm willing. I'm willing to do the redos today. So, in my meditation, and after speaking with my reverend yesterday for a pretty long period of time, um, we came to the conclusion that I have to learn to restate things, state things, not restate, but state things in a different way. And I fell back into stating things incorrectly. And a lot of times when we pray for things in the idea that we lack things, or we pray for things in the future. And I listened to this video today, and what it says is the future never comes. It's only the present. It's only the present that we experience. We don't experience the future. So when I state things, I have to state things in the present. And so instead of saying I will be abundant, I need to state I am abundant. Instead of saying I I will be worthy, I have to say I am worthy. Um, today I am happy. I want to be happy. No, no, no. I am happy. I am at peace. So it's like, so I have to like change the way I've been taught all my life, in the way I ask. And when you ask, like, when will I ever have enough money? That's like put myself in lack, and if I put myself in lack, then that's what I'm going to reap. I'm going to reap whatever I state. So I do have enough. Today I have enough. Today I am financially secure. Today I am successful. And one of the affirmations that I put down, and I have a whole page of affirmations for me to read 3 times a day, 3 times a day. Because in Reiki, there's something about three. Whatever you do it 3 times. And if it's taking in a breath to each chakra, you do it 3 times. So I did my affirmation 3 times. I read through the list once, then twice, then 3. And then I'll do it again in the afternoon. I'll do some meditation. I'll do my affirmations. And I'll do it again in the evening. I'll do it in I'll do my meditation, and then I'll do it 3 times. So one of my affirmations was, I am organized and I am successful. So my card that I picked, now this is this morning that I did this affirmation, organize for success. And if you look at this angel, beautiful, beautiful angel, all white. White is like intuitive spirituality, being enlightened. Then she's got the candle that is also opening up to the heavens. Her wings are golden. She's got the dove flying above her, and then she's got the flowers that are going down the whole candlestick. And then the light blue sky. The light blue is clarity, knowing your path and being clear on that path. All the white veil and everything is all just like being divinely inspired. And the light that she has is she's being guided by spirit. So it says, do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. And this is exactly where I am today. And wow, I'm just amazed that this card this is what I picked. And this is what Spirit divinely chose for me. So, that's just a little bit of what I love to do. Um, and I do this for myself every day. I pick a card for myself every day just to have a little bit of guidance. And I also do this for other people. There are a number of ways of doing readings. The one card reading is what I do live for free. Um, but there's also a 3 card reading that will usually have a topic area and then 3 questions. So you pick a card for the first question, a card for the second question, and then a card for the third question. And anytime I do any reading, no matter who it's for, I ask divine spirits to pick the card for that person, not for me, but for the person I'm doing the reading for. And then, so there's a 3 card reading, and then there is I don't know how many cards are involved in the Celtic. I should count that and know that in my head. But the Celtic reading is the full card reading where you have the present, the past, the future, the obstacles, um, the strengths, and there's like, I think there's 4 cards here. There's 3 cards there too. I think there's either 10 or 12 cards in that reading. And that's a much larger reading that usually takes 45 minutes to an hour, depending. Some readings can take longer, depending on what spirit is giving you for that message. But and those are all things. And then there's the pendulum readings. I love my pendulum. That's kind of like my little fun thing. I'd love to do the pendulum with kids. I don't necessarily ask spirit any questions, but I like kids see how their energy can move the pendulum in different ways, and it's kind of cool. Kids get a kick out of it. I've done it with my grandkids, and they'll ask like questions, like they'll give their parent a different name and ask if that's their parent name, and the pendulum will answer no, and then they'll give the right name, and the pendulum will say yes, and so it's a pretty fun little thing to do with kids, but it's also it's a very it's a very good thing to do with others too that want a simple yes no answer. Um, my answers are always yes, no, I don't know. And then I have a way that it swings to say that I'm happy. And I get a kick out of that one because when I ask what mood I'm in, and if I'm happy, it like just goes crazy. So it's just kind of cool. Um, so that's just a little bit of who I am. And like with Facebook, I'm going to do a daily reading each day. And I can pick different cards from different decks. I think I have like 5 different decks that I use. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that. And I just want to let you know that I am here. My website, I will type the website in. Um, I don't know if I do. I think I do this. And it's called Healing Slash Journeys with an S. And that is my website. I also I haven't really uploaded any of my products that I have for sale. I am in the process. My website's always in the works, and it's always getting updated. So right now, um, I've gotten new stock and everything. So right now, I'm kind of rebuilding the website. I used to have a few of my items on there, but um, it's going to be a little bit before I get them all back up and running again. So, with that, I just want to say have a very blessed day. If any of you are in the areas of this Idalia, I hope you're safe and secure and that you hunker down and, just ride it out and be blessed. And if you need to go someplace else to be safe and secure, then just do that. The storm will pass, just like in our lives, our storms pass, and we will be okay. Just follow any guidelines that are given to you, and may you be blessed, and may Spirit always, always guide your way. Have a very, very great day, and I hope to see you soon.